All right, our next little project we're going to be doing is a little Amish girl. Now she also is very small, and I added a little bit because once again I put shoes on them. So we're going to carve her. Now what we want to do is she has, let me draw, there we go. Let me draw this like this, in other words. And then we come around here and we kind of do this. We come around here and we kind of do this, in other words. Now, this will be the hands here, and that will be the hands joining right there, in other words. We're kind of gonna bring these down just a little bit, in other words, and the hands like that, in other words. She's going to be basically coming like that, and then of course then this goes down, and this is where her little face comes, and that's pretty much it. Now we want to do the legs somewhere, or the feet somewhere around in here. So let's go ahead and get our boundaries worked out on this little girl, and the boundaries are the feet, of course. This is also 1 inch thick, just like the little Amish boy. And the little skirt will go all the way around this. So basically, the little skirt will go all the way around there. Okay? We're just getting our boundaries here. That's what we're doing. We're working on our boundaries, which I call boundaries is the fact that we want to. All right. Now, we want to make the boundaries with the arms. We want to come down here and we want to make our boundaries where our head is going to be. Just like that. Okay? And if we want to, we can go ahead and take a little off in here, how this is, and we're going to come a little bit further down here like this, make it a little bit bigger, a little bit further down here like this, make that a little bigger, where we can work with the hands and the arms, in other words. Okay, do you see that? Okay. Now let's make this a little bit bigger right down here. Now, we're going to go ahead and draw a center line here and a center line here, because of course this will all be brought back. This will come in here like this. This will sort of come in here and act like that. See? Just like that. All right? Okay. All right. Now, what we want to do is to, first of all, in a case like this, we want to go ahead and bring this area back in here. Because the arms don't go that high up. And we want to bring this back in here. where okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and bring this forth a little bit. The head will come forth as this is a little bonnet that the little girl is wearing. Okay. And let's come up here. Do this here. Let's come up here and do this here. Now, what we want to do is we want to bring these arms, let's go ahead and just do this here where our hands and all that stuff will be. And let's go ahead and bring this back a little bit. We're going to bring that back in there and bring them shoulders back in here. Just like that, in other words. And then we're just going to kind of do this little number. In which case we will bring this forward. Do you see what we're doing here? Do you see that? Now, we're going to bring all this down a little bit to get our self right in here. And we want to bring this down, of course. We'll bring all this down so that the head will stick out further, just like that. And we come back here, we separate the bonnet from the head. I mean, from the body, I'm sorry, not from the head. The bonnet from the body. Now, we don't want to go too far back here because we have to make the face protrude from there. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of make the hair like this for the little girl. Okay? And that's going to kind of stick out just a little bit. And we'll do this. Okay. And let's take a little bit more off here. A little bit more off here. And of course, the little bonnet comes, let me just sort of, little bonnet comes up like this. Okay, and the face fits inside there, and the little bonnet comes up like this, and the face fits inside there, and it also comes up around here, and all the way around Now we're going to deepen that, of course. And deepen this. I have to recut the hair. Okay. Now it's going to come all the way down to here. Now we'll have to okay, little girl. Now let's cut a little bit wider. There we go. And a little bit wider. And I'll cut the hair later. I'll get it situated. The little bonnet has to fit around the face. Just like this. And then you have to sort of bring the face down. See what I'm talking about right here? The bonnet has to fit over the head, just like it with the woman. Make it a little bit deeper. You have to be real careful around here because this is real this is real. There we go. See? Now you have to kind of little head has to be done like that, in other words. So let's go ahead and come back over here and get these shoulders down and get the back down in a little bit, such a way. Let's move those shoulders forward. Okay, just like that. And so let's go ahead and bring let's go ahead and get this down a little bit too. This is our shoes. This is where our shoes would be. So we want to bring that down a little bit. See that? Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and come to the middle here, and we're going to divide these shoes so that we can get them and we need to bring them down back here as well. And what you have to do is you have to look at the bottom of your shoes, and they're going to be like that, and they're going to sort of come around Just like that, in other words. That's going to be where your shoes are going to be. So like that. And let me take some more off. All right. Come further back into here. And further back into here. And into here. Now, we're just going to kind of get this dress, shape it. You see how everything kind of comes together when you begin to but you see how things begin to come together when you work at them and sort of look to, you know, see from that point, in other words. Now, in the front here, this dress needs to definitely be pushed in. This needs to be in a whole lot to give it time for the okay. I'm going to cut this in here. And we're going to cut this in here. All right. Now let's deepen this a little bit in here. And let's deepen this in here. And what we do, we deepen that some more. We come out here and then we just come in. Okay, we'll see this. Now this will be her hands down here, and we're going to thin this up in here and thin this up a little bit in here, where the parts of the arms and the hands will go together. And we need to bring this forward. Okay, so that we can see the shoulders kind of go back, is what they do, and then the hands are going to be in this area here. Okay, here we go. All right, we're getting the little girl done, okay, with her little hands, and we're going to deepen this even more in here, and then we'll get this situated as these areas go back and these areas come forward. Okay, I'm gonna let you go now, and we'll come back, and we'll work on our little girl that we have here. Okay, anyway, we'll come back.